The Rock Whisperer. Do you hear the earth talking to you?
All right, so for this particular example to put into our foldable notebook, we are going to be cutting out some information on latitude and longitude and then labeling this circle with latitude, and we're going to cut along this line, fold along this line, and then what we will also have below us is one of these two circles. So we'll be labeling this one with our longitude line, which is our prime meridian, and on this one we'll have a latitude line and labeling a couple of other major latitude lines that we need. So first we need to cut. All right, so two additional cuts that we need to make. One, each group, so share with the partner that you are with. There are two of these, so one goes for your book, one goes for your partner's book. And then on this, we need to cut along this line for longitude up to that X. Then along this line for latitude is where we will fold. So if you want to use a ruler like we did the other day, that would be great. Or if you want to try it without the ruler, that would work also. I'm going to fold it back over because that's the way it's actually going to go in our notebook. So then to glue it into our notebook, what we're going to glue down is along this strip here and this strip here. This is going to be able to fold up. So we can go ahead and put a couple of dots of glue on the back of this. Come down about 2 lines over to the red line. So, latitude, longitude. Flip this up. All right, so a couple of things we're going to do with our latitude and longitude in our notebook. Actually, before we put this into our notebook, we should draw this line in here on our circle, and we should label this line the prime meridian. That runs in this particular direction. Then what we want to do is in our notebook, we want to glue this down here, and we want to know that this is our North Pole, and on the bottom, this would be our South Pole. So the prime meridian runs through there. It also continues around the back of it. If this was 3-dimensional globe, it becomes the international date line. So on this top one, what we want to do is we want to draw in the equator. There's actually a group of lines we want to do. So page 4 in our reference table is the map with the ocean currents. This has latitude and longitude for the entire world, but also has some really key points over here. We have the equator, which we then can see is at 0. We have the Tropic of Cancer, which is at 23.5 degrees north, and the Arctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degrees north. In the southern hemisphere, we have the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south, and the Antarctic Circle, which is 66.5 degrees south. So the sun is only ever overhead at the zenith point within this group right here. So we want to label these 5 lines on this particular circle. So the equator would be in the middle. If you want, you can use just over 8 centimeters. So just over 4 is our midpoint. You can eyeball it if you want. So that's going to be the equator. We then want the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. And we also up here want the Arctic and Antarctic circles. If you want to write those right out on the lines, you could do it that way. This is your notebook, so whatever's going to be easier for you. So this part is going to be our latitude. Our lines are running this way, but we're crossing them going north and south. Our longitudes are our lines of meridian, and the major one is the prime meridian, which is also the international date line. And the prime meridian is 0 degrees. The equator is also 0 degrees. All right, that's it for now with this.
Don't forget to listen to the Earth. You just